Hi, this is Tim Coleman from Calvary Chapel Simi Valley. I'm excited to tell you that this coming Sunday our sermon is going to be from the 13th chapter of 1 Corinthians, commonly known as the love chapter. At almost every wedding that I've performed, I read this chapter to the couple. And it's always interesting how a young couple starts off in love, and when I read the description of love to them from 1 Corinthians 13, no problem. Seemingly a few years later, when they're in for counseling, however, the 1 Corinthians 13 is nowhere to be found. Beloved, Paul says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am become sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. It's interesting, in John Corson's commentary on this chapter, he talks about the robe of the high priest. On the bottom of that robe was a series of bells. The bells were fashioned to harmonize, so as they rang, as they clang, as it were, it sounded like a melody being played. But if all the bells just crashed together, it would just sound like a mishmash, a mess. Between each of those bells was hung a symbol of a pomegranate. So all the righteousness of the golden bells was muted, as it were, by what? By love. You see, you can be as right as anybody. You can be the most righteous person on earth. And yet, if your righteousness isn't muted by love, then it's just going to sound like an annoying mess. That's love. That's what's needed in every relationship. It certainly is what Christ had for us, isn't it? So, if you can, join us Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, 1636 Sinaloa Road, as we go through these beautiful verses in 1 Corinthians 13. Tom Kozacek's going to be there to lead us in worship, and so it's going to be a great Sunday. And you're invited. Check us out at calvarychapelsimi.org. This is Tim Coleman, reminding you to walk the way you walk because of what God's Word says.